Now, big doesn't necessarily mean best, because the guy I'm about to meet took on some of the country's biggest confectioners at their own game and beat them. Let's go and meet him. Peter Tofalos makes fudge and sells it under the Uncle Peter label. When I met him, he just won a Great Taste Award for his speciality fudge and was preparing for this weekend's Llangollen Food Festival, always a highlight of his year. Peter's a trained chef and a keen watercolour artist. Many of his pictures showing Llangollen itself. The fudge making began 10 years ago.
We put the sugar into the fudge kettle, which has been on and got to the right temperature. Then we've got the butter.
Some good Welsh butter.
Good Welsh butter. We can't do Welsh sugar, but we can do Welsh butter. And that's gone in. And then we put in the cream.
And how long does this particular process take?
From start to finish, it's about an hour and a half. That's it.
OK, so we've got the main ingredients in. What's next, Peter?
Right, we put the blades in.
And that just gently
just rotates. We switch on.
While that was mixing, Peter and I went outside to look at some of the fudge on sale at the food festival. What's the secret then of making fudge? Lots of people make fudge, don't they?
Small batches, not mass-produced, pile upon pile upon pile. Small batches where you're just making 4 or 5 trays at a go.
So tell us about Llangollen Food Festival. How good is that for you?
It's my best weekend of the year for anywhere. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's so well organised. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it, what, 7 years now?
Yeah. And
we've been to every one but one. And each year's got better and better.
Well, that mixture is just about ready. OK, so it's been 90 minutes now then, Peter?
Yep, we've got to the desired temperature and cooked it till it's a nice syrup, which then comes out. We're now going to pour the hot syrup into the chocolate.
So where did this particular recipe come from?
I was just going through the papers and saw this recipe and tried it out. And then I've changed virtually all the ingredients using white chocolate, different temperature, and we've added the Bailey's liqueur as well. So we're now coming to a nice smooth, and we are ready for pouring into the trays to set. And as with everything, it's all measured and weighed so that each tray weighs exactly the same. And then it's a question of smoothing that off. That's it, finished.
And that takes 12 hours to set?
Roughly 12 hours, depending on how warm it is. The judges in the Great Taste Award, one of them said it was almost too rich, which is fine by me.
Now it was time to see if Peter's fudge tasted as good as it looked. Peter, we've seen it being made. Time to taste it. This is the gold one.
This is a gold and the reserve best Welsh speciality as well.
That does taste really good. And you can taste every ingredient in that, can't you?
And the alcohol comes through at the end.
And that brings us to the end of the food show. Next week, I'll be focusing on some good old-fashioned ale and seeing how food festivals across Wales, like those at Abergavenny and Cowbridge, are bringing good local produce to more and more people. Until then, goodbye.
In the food show next Sunday, we meet a Llandilo butcher who's in line for a retailing award. We tap into the festival fever that's hitting Wales, helping to promote Welsh food. And we share a pint with one of Wales's newest small brewers.